How many jobs do you think you've had?
I reckon I've had at least 10 jobs, and I think I've
Wow.
been sacked from about 80% of them, and they've been such random jobs.
Like
Like,
what?
like I've worked in supermarkets. I was a fruit cutter. I was a
fruit
paintball.
cutter?
I was a paintball
Instructor?
coach.
Oh.
I worked in sales. I was a pool boy. Like, I've done a lot of random
Someone
jobs.
brought it up with me the other day. I don't know who brought it up with me, but they were like, I knew Cal from when he worked at the Kalal.
Yes.
And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I swear he did tell me that in the
Yeah.
jungle.
Yeah, that was like I think my favorite job of all time. Like,
Yeah.
so there was no like pool boy role there, but I knew like one of my best friends like runs the hotel, right?
Oh,
And, like,
cool.
very close with him, and he was like, I just want you around the pool. Like, you don't have a job because there's waiters there that work for Hellenica that will serve people.
Yeah.
There's people that give out the towels that work for the hotel. All you have to do, turn up, look hot, you can work whenever you want, just chat to everyone in the pool. And I was like, you've got to be
What?
having a laugh.
But did
And
you
that's
have
what
to
I
act
did.
like you were,
I
being
would-
hospital?
Yeah, I'd just be like, "What's happening, girls? You right?" Like,
hospitable.
yeah, I would just be like, "What's happening? You right?" And then I just have conversation
So
with
would
girls
you be like, do
and
you
guys.
need anything? Like, would you have to
Yeah,
get
I'd be
them
like, "Oh, can I help you anything?" "Oh, yeah, wouldn't mind a drink." I'd be like, "Waiter."
Oh, so you get
I-
you were like the call out boy for the waiter.
Yeah, but I didn't have a job description. I didn't have an SOP or anything. I just said she had to walk on the pool. It was the best job. The only reason I left was because I went on Love Island. When
Yeah.
I came back, everyone knew me, so I was just taking photos the whole time. I was like, "This is becoming a bit of a joke."
Oh, so it was like a meet and greet at the
Yeah, it
Kalal
just ended up
pool.
becoming like a meet and greet. Yeah, but that
That
was
is
like that was
so-
one of my best jobs. But my first job, I was a fruit cutter in Woolworths.
Oh.
And I got the sack because this is a mental story actually.
Oh yeah.
So I had like a good mate of mine that we used to work together. We used to do the same shift. He was young as well. We were both like just young and careless, right? And one day we were having a bit of a fight in the back dock, in the loading dock. And I ended up pushing him into this bin, right? And it's like one of those big dustbin ones, like the massive ones.
Yeah.
Threw him in there, right?
Yeah.
And then I get called to go on the checkout because it's like an emergency thing where like they want people to like help on the checkout. So I ran to the checkout. I was scanning all these people through. The line wasn't going. And I realized, oh my God, Nick is still in the fucking bin.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's
He
still.
couldn't get out?
Well, no, because he was like in this big, massive, the proper bins, like the big bins. I was like, oh my God, I've got to get Nick out the bin, right? So I left the whole conveyor belt full of shit, ran out back to the back dock, opened the bin, mate, sorry. Like, got him out. He lost his shit. And have like powder, like flour. I mean,
Yes,
like,
yeah,
and
flour.
in the supermarkets, you get big bags of flour because
oh, wow.
like
And then you've got to bag it?
yeah, like the big bags of flour because it's obviously they're baking so much, right? So he grabs one of these massive like cement bag basically of flour and he starts spraying it all over me. I start getting one. I'm spraying it all over him. We're literally white, covered in flour.
That's hilarious.
And
though.
we ran into the deli counter and like we're spraying each other with hose pipes and the flour's getting all clumpy. Meanwhile, everyone's on the shop floor watching. I'm filming him as I'm running through the shop and he's chasing me. And then the next day we get called into the office. He's like, what happened yesterday? You had a flour fight all through the supermarket. All the customers have seen. What happened? I was like, no, it didn't. He's like, yes, it did. I was like, I promise you it didn't. He's like, what's this then? Turned the monitor around and his video footage of me running, filming, chasing me covered in flour. And they said to me, they were like, you've got 24 hours to write us a letter why we shouldn't sack you. I said, don't bother. I don't know what I can say for this. I'm just going to leave.
Seriously? What was going through your head?
Yeah.
Did you not think...
I was just careless back then,
So you probably didn't even really care. Sounded
Yeah.
like you were self-sabotaging.
Yeah, I think I was. I mean, I knew I didn't even want to cut fruit for the rest of my life in
Yeah,
Woolies.
you were like, this
Yeah.
is getting a bit boring.
But like, even just like other jobs, like just not turning up to work, like I just can't be told what to do. I think we spoke about this last week. You're the same, right? Like I feel like if people are like rude to me and like trying to like really tell me what to do, it just makes me retaliate in the way that I don't want to do it. But if you ask me in a nice way, then I'll do it. But I feel like
Yeah.
most bosses these days, they're so bossy, they're breathing down your neck. You're just like, whatever, I'll just get a new job.
Yeah, and
You know?
honestly, I feel like there's so much bitchiness in a workplace
It
too.
is,
Like I worked
yeah.
at Zarafa's Coffee and it was just so bitchy. And the manager, you could tell she was just like real, that jealous type.
Mm,
Like she would pick on me for anything, dude. And I was actually a really good worker.
yeah,
I would always be there if someone called in sick. Like I never took days off work. Like I did my best and I actually did show up for that job, but she would just try to make my life hell.
Yeah, I think as well, it's like a lot of people in certain jobs, they're just like settling for the job because they just don't know what else to do with their lives. So they're never like truly happy.
Yeah, that's
Do you
really
know what I
true.
mean? So then they just put their like the anger and frustration down at you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like hate their bosses, but you just gotta like put up with that. But I'm not the type of person to put up with it. If I like, it's my life. Like I don't want to be in an environment that doesn't make me happy. So I'll just get a new job, and I don't care if I get less money or I gotta try further. But I'd be rather that than be like unhappy in my workplace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so true. I was doing a beauty apprenticeship, and normally you do it at like a school, right?
Yeah.
But I got a job in a salon. Anyway, I worked there and we became super, super close. Like she would just leave me on my own to run the salon pretty much. And she was like, this is great. I've trained her up to do everything. I can just leave whenever I want now. Like she could just have the time of her life and I would just run the salon. And I think one day we had like a massive fight, and then I was like, I'm going. And she's like, if you walk out those salon doors, you will not ever step foot back in here. And I was like, okay, and walked out. But I was like, she's surely not going to. I'm like, how's she going to run the salon? Like, I'm the only one that knows.
You actually thought you were going to get sacked.
No, I didn't think that I was going to get sacked because we were so close.
Yeah.
And like, people were obsessed with me. They would call up and be like, is Sky there? I really want her to do my eyebrows. Like I was the eyebrow queen. Like, dude, I was such a perfectionist in that line of work because I love beauty, obviously. And yeah, my work was good. And I'm like, she can't sack me. And she did. She was like, see you later.
Oh my God.
I actually saw her recently too. I bumped into her, and it was after I'd had the kids and everything. It was so nice to see her. Even though like we ended on bad terms.
Yeah, but it's like past now, right?
Yeah, and like I'll always have so much respect for her because she
Yeah.
was such a good boss. And like we did have a really good relationship.
Well, it was good.
Yeah. But yeah, never finished my beauty apprenticeship, unfortunately. But
That's a big lesson as well, I think, for everyone. Like, don't burn bridges. Although I've been
Yeah.
sacked from a lot of places and I've quit a lot of places, I've always maintained a good relationship with all the people that I've worked with.
yeah, like
So
have
like I know,
respect.
yeah, don't burn your bridges because you never know when you're gonna need somebody else to like give you a helping hand, whether it may be another job in the future or anything, you know.
Absolutely. And weren't you doing accounting before you went into the jungle?
I was doing finance, yeah. I was doing finance.
I'm looking for a man
Man
in
in
finance.
finance. That's
Trust
the only
fund.
reason. That's the reason I did the job because I was like,
That
all
song.
these birds want a man in finance. That's like 6'2" or whatever. I'm like, I'm halfway there. Might as well just get my finance work done too.
I don't get
That was
what-
crazy though too, because when I was working there, obviously people knew because they posted a couple of reels. I'd just get people that would call up my line and it wasn't even for finance, it was just for a chat. I was like, bruh, I've got a job to do.
No, that's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
But it was good, and that was like one of the jobs where I've learned the most because like I feel like in school and stuff you don't learn that sort of stuff.
No, yeah, you were spitting facts. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, like I
he
learned
knows his
so
shit.
much about like finance and like business and everything there, and it's literally helped me to this day, like
Yeah,
with
that's-
everything, you
that's
know.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really good when your first few jobs, they teach you a lot.